The end of linear time. Let's talk about what it would look like to not live on a linear clock. And throughout the experience in the mid-year time warp, we've explored a lot of different angles in our relationship to time. We've been talking about time as a spiral, the way that time lives in our body, our memories. But this exploration is about a celebration of the end of time in us. So, what would that look like as a lived experience? The end of linear time in us would feel less like the collapse of calendars and more like a fundamental shift in perception, identity, and creation. It would mean liberating human consciousness from the belief that time moves only forward and stepping into time as a field or a fabric, time as a living intelligence that we interact with. So let's break it down. The first thing that would happen is that your identity would become fluid, not fixed by age or history. Instead of thinking, I'm 38 years old and this is what I've accomplished, you would think, this is who I am becoming right now, and this is what is emerging from me. We would experience less nostalgia, less regret, less fear of aging, and more presence and intuitive alignment. Our identities would shift rapidly as we respond to different timelines of self child, artist, leader, all present at once. And then decision making would become more energetic than chronological. We wouldn't ask ourselves, is this the right time? We would ask ourselves, is this the right frequency? So time would no longer be a constraint, it would be a mirror of readiness. We would experience spontaneous action when alignment hits. Fewer deadlines, more divine timing, less urgency, and more acceleration through resonance. Additionally, creation would happen in spirals, not steps. Linear time says first this, then that. Nonlinear time says feel the pattern, follow the pull. We would experience that ideas become fully formed or return to us after years to be completed. We would loop back to projects or desires with new vision. We would collaborate multidimensionally across dream, memory, and intuition. And synchronicity would become the new schedule. Instead of scheduling life based on productivity metrics, we would move based on signs, symbols, and intuitive nudges. We would be paying attention to what our field is showing us now, meaning that we experience, for example, meeting the right person at the exact moment, realizing the dream that you had gave you tomorrow's decision today. Living by kairos or divine timing rather than chronos, clock time. Healing would happen across all timelines. So the freedom from linear time helps us to arrive to the realization that the child who was wounded is still alive in our field, and the future self who is healed is also here. And you can guide yourself into the state of coherence in the here and now. We would experience past life integrations feeling immediate and embodied, healing our lineage in real time. The actual effects of one deep realization changing years of conditioning instantly. Rapid processing, very little lag between current time, future time, past time. And the more developed we get in this sense in ourselves, the more developed we get in our knowing, we really end up in the places where these timelines are instant. Also, time would feel more like a texture or weather than a ruler. So we would start to sense fast days, thick days, clear hours, or void months, and navigate accordingly. Planning becomes a collaborative practice within the environment. You feel the difference between action time, integration time, and stillness time, and you do not suffer the relationship that you have to that experience. Meaning, if you are in a period of integration time, it is perfect for you. If you are in a period of action time, you have the energy to sustain it. If you are in a period of stillness time, You are sitting in a quiet moment of your power that feels crystal clear. The idea of wasting time literally disappears as a concept from your life. Death, rebirth, and transformation would be seen as simultaneous events. In the end of linearity, you recognize that beginnings and endings are not separated by time, but by awareness. And so you would experience that you feel your next chapter before the old one has ended. You would sense a loved one still present after they passed. And you would see a collapse and a creation as one act, perfectly aligned, perfectly present, and perfectly fully you. In this state, your life would feel more mythic than measured. Without linear time, you don't look for goals to measure worth. You look for themes to live out, avatars to embody, legends to fulfill, iconic states of creation, uptime, downtime, moving time, really in a fluid state of experience, in the texture of time, in the feeling of time. You would track your life through cycles and symbols, not milestones. You would feel like you're living inside a story that is alive, not chasing an outcome. And the questions that you begin to ask yourself are more like, what role am I here to play? What myth is becoming me? So, in essence, the end of linear time in us would look like more now, less next, more pattern, less plan, more presence, less performance, and more inner rhythm, less external pressure. So you wouldn't escape time, you would partner with it. Time becomes the field you compose within, not the thing that you try to outrun. I want to say that this journey together in the mid-year time warp has been so incredible. The dimensions of self that have opened up to me, the creativity that has opened up to me, the truth weaving that is present is so profound. And I really, really love taking this trip with you. And I can't wait to see you in the next one.